Hey guys, Effie here. Today I'm going to show you how to make both of these cards using our modern plaid background stamp and our Christmas tree stamp set coordinating die. So I'm going to start off by white heat embossing this beautiful plaid background onto some green cardstock, which I cut down to an A2 size panel. Once I prepped my panel with some anti-static powder tool, I'm just going to stamp it. And to help get a nice crisp impression, I'm going to use my Speedball Baren Tool to apply even pressure throughout the stamp. Then I'll pour on some white embossing powder and hit the whole panel with my heat tool. Then I'll take this coordinating Christmas tree die, which coordinates with our Christmas tree stamp set, and I'll just die cut this shape into the center of my panel. Then I'll take the largest die from our double stitch rectangles small die collection to cut my panel into a size that's slightly smaller than an A2 panel. I'm going to set the border aside, and then I'll just use that inner negative piece to help me cut out a piece of clear acetate, which I'll then adhere behind my panel, but I'll make sure to cover that window because this is going to be my shaker window. Next, I'm just going to burnish all those adhesive areas with my bone folder, and then I'm going to just place my panel over my base, and then I'll use that inner negative piece to draw an outline of my tree because I want to add a little bit of ink blending behind that window for interest. So I started blending a little bit of our soft garnet dye ink, but then I decided to mask off my edges because I want those edges to stay nice, crisp, and white. Then I'll go ahead and blend some additional ink with a mini ink blender. So I kind of go back and forth to see whether I'm satisfied with the amount of ink on there. Once I am, I'm just going to carefully peel off all of that purple tape, and then I temporarily adhered that negative tree die cut where the shaker window is going to be because I need to block off all the areas so that it'll contain all of my shaker bits. Once that was complete, I went ahead and added some additional foam tape to adhere my entire panel. Then I just sprinkled in some of our really tiny glass slippers 3mm sequins, and then I applied the panel. Next, I'll take one of the stamps from our basic banner stamp set and I'll white heat emboss it onto some black cardstock. And then I'm going to take the Season's Greetings stamp from our holiday add-on banners mini stamp, and I'll just additionally white heat emboss that. And then once all of the powder is melted, I'm going to die cut it using the coordinating die and then just pop it up at the base of my tree. And then lastly, I'm just going to embellish my card using some more glass slipper sequins in varying sizes for interest. And my card is now complete. I hope you all enjoyed this short tutorial. Now I'm just going to move on to the second card, creating that inner tree die cut and that border. I already created my sentiment banner using the same basic banners and mini holiday stamp set off camera. So now I'm just going to stamp our new Bare Tones background stamp onto some white cardstock with our blue diamond dye ink. I wanted a really soft background that wouldn't take away from the rest of the card. Then I just popped up that thin border using some foam tape. And then I did some more ink blending onto my tree with our Basil Mojito dye ink. After I was satisfied with the amount of ink, I just buffed the embossed lines to make sure they stayed nice and white. Then I popped up that tree and additionally popped up my sentiment. And lastly, I just added some more glass slipper sequins to finish off my card. I hope you enjoyed this 2-for-1 video where I basically created two cards using the same supplies and stamps. So this is a great way to stretch your supplies. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.